Welcome back. Shopping for loved ones during the holidays. Whew, it can put a little stress, not only just mentally, but on your finances as well.
It all comes down to the end of the year. It can be tough, and it's supposed to be a joyous time. Joining us to talk about how to best budget during the holidays is financial expert and two-time #1 national best-selling author, Rachel Cruze. Rachel, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're talking about holidays and stress, and unfortunately, it can be stressful on the financial side of things and easy to get swept up in. What should you keep in mind?
Yes, I know we can get caught up in the joyous of, generosity and wanting to, have a lot of things under the tree for our kids. But listen, the more you have a plan, the better off you're going to be. So the B word, which everyone hates, the budget, really is going to be your friend. So I always tell people to figure out how much money you have to spend on gifts, and then put the names of everyone you're going to spend money on. And it's kind of awkward, but it's the best way to do it. Put a dollar amount next to their name and say, hey, we have this much for mom, we have this much for dad, for Aunt Susie, for the kids, and just go in with a plan, because 25% of Americans are still paying for last Christmas. So stay within your means, and listen, the December you, if you are focused and on a plan, the January you will love you.
Yeah, there you go.
Just think about the future self, your future self.
Lacey and I always talk, we start shopping early, then we spend more money. So sometimes shopping later works better for us. Hey, let me ask you about the comparison game during the holiday, because, sometimes it's so easy to look around and see what others have that we forget how grateful we are for the things we have. Can you kind of help us not do that and make that mistake?
Yes, comparison's interesting. So I think there's a level, it's wired into us, right? That we just kind of look around to see, like, where do we measure up? But when it turns to envy or jealousy or wanting someone else's life over your own, or discontentment, when those things start to ramp up inside of you, that's your red flag. And so put the blinders on where you can. And honestly, I've learned to celebrate others, right? You may see a new Mercedes on Instagram that somebody got for Christmas and just say, good for them. We don't know if it's on payments. We don't know if they worked hard and paid for it, but just good for them. Here's me and my family. And really focusing on what's best for you and your family and celebrating others, I think, is important. But man, it can be so difficult. You can be a rat in a wheel, running and running and running, trying to get the next thing. And listen, joy is so much more than that. It doesn't come from our stuff.
It doesn't fulfill you, that's for sure.
It's such a good message for adults, but you are this award-winning children's author as well. Talk to us about your new book. It's called I'm Glad for What I Have.
Yes, this is my new children's book. It's the first one I've ever written, and I have an 8-, 6-, and 4-year-old at home. And I just know, as a mom, when they ask, is the Amazon guy coming today? I'm like, oh gosh, okay. I've created these little monsters. So how do I teach them that stuff is not bad, stuff is not wrong, but again, like we said earlier, it does not fulfill you long term. And so these animals in this book go on this kind of adventure where they learn and they get their wish of getting everything they want. But at the end of the day, they realize, gosh, our stuff does not fulfill us. And so being able to have that message for my kids, and I'll be honest, for me as well, was really important. So it's a really sweet book. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a perfect time for kids to be reading it during the holidays.
Where can folks get it?
Anywhere books are sold, RamseySolutions.com as well.
It's hard when we've made everything so convenient that the Amazon guy does just show up at your door to remember, hey, it's not about the stuff.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Exactly.
Sobering thought
Rachel
there.
Cruze, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Great message this morning.
Say hi to your dad, Dave Ramsey, for us, okay?
I will. I will tell him hello.
Merry Christmas, Rachel.
Merry Christmas.
You as well.